The Lord says, "My beloved child, the hour of blessing I have appointed for you is no longer somewhere ahead of you. It has already begun to be present in your life. Therefore, do not allow any doubt to dim what I am about to reveal. This is not a passing word, nor is it a random coincidence. I have seen every night you lay awake, every tear you quietly hid, every pain you chose to keep inside so that others would not have to worry, even when you thought no one understood you. I was always there, watching every step you took, listening to every prayer that had not yet become words, and holding you with a love that has never run dry. From the moment you entered your first trials, I had already prepared a deliverance meant especially for you. Everything I do has its perfect time, and now is the time for you to open your heart to receive what I have preserved for you for so long. If a gentle conviction is rising within your heart that I truly am very near, let the word Amen become the response of your faith, like a seal declaring that you are ready to step into the new thing I have prepared. And as you continue to listen, I want you to know that the season of delay has closed behind you. The doors that once seemed firmly locked by circumstances, by limitation, or by your own helplessness, are now being opened by my very hand. No force can prevent what I have decided to give you. What you have been waiting for is no longer a distant promise, but is becoming reality before your eyes, day by day. Do not think that the battles you have gone through are proof that I have forgotten you. On the contrary, each trial was only the final step before the dawn appeared. Just as the one who sows must patiently wait for the harvest, you have persevered through days that seemed to hold no hope, and that very perseverance has become a beautiful testimony before me. The tears that once fell to the ground will not disappear without meaning. I will turn them into seeds that bring forth joy, peace, and goodness beyond anything you ever imagined. I never chose you because you were without mistakes. I chose you because, even in the times you stumbled, you still lifted your eyes toward me. When fear covered your mind, you still sought my presence. When those you once trusted walked away, you still did not abandon hope. When financial burdens made you weary, when responsibilities piled heavily upon your shoulders, when the future became unclear, you still quietly held on to the belief that I would not leave you alone. That is what pleases me. I have seen what no one else has seen. I know the battles taking place in the hidden depths of your heart. I know there were days when you smiled at everyone while silently carrying so much sorrow within you. Even so, you never stopped coming to me, and I have never turned my face away from you for even a single moment. Therefore, today, I want you to receive this truth. Heaven is rejoicing because the time I appointed for you has come. This is not a reward for perfection, but the fruit of a heart that remained faithful in difficult days. I am always faithful to every word I have promised. Perhaps you once thought the waiting was too long, but I have never been late. I was preparing something greater for you than what you could have built by yourself. The doors I open will lead you into new opportunities, good relationships, right decisions, and steps forward you once did not dare to imagine. What I give will not merely solve a temporary problem, it will also lay the foundation for a hopeful journey ahead. And then, as you allow your heart to grow still in my presence, you will feel a gentle stream of peace spreading throughout your life. This is not a passing feeling, but the gift I give to those who place their full trust in me. I am gently lifting from you the burdens that have exhausted you for so many days. I am replacing anxiety with hope, replacing long nights of unease with deep calm, replacing sighs with thanksgiving that will soon overflow from your lips. I am restoring the places that were wounded, refreshing what had withered, and giving you the strength to keep walking with a courage you have never known before. Not only that, I am also preparing the things you have patiently prayed for all this time. The answers you have long desired will gradually become clear. The doors that seemed impossible to open concerning work, finance, and the future will be cleared at the exact time I have appointed. I know every need you have, even before you lift your voice to ask. I know what keeps you awake and what weighs upon your heart. So do not allow fear to lead you anymore. Let faith lead the way. Walk with steadiness, for my hand is still holding yours. What I give you is not only visible blessing, but also peace, rest, restoration, and joy that do not depend on circumstances. Keep a grateful heart, continue to trust, and move forward with strength. For the new season I have prepared for you has truly begun, and no one can steal what I have decided to give to my beloved child. There have been people who doubted you, who smiled with skepticism when they heard you say that you were still patiently waiting for my timing. They saw your faith as unrealistic. You thought your patience was only a sign of weakness, and believed you were wasting precious months hoping for something that would never come. But my beloved child, I have never missed a single moment of that journey. I saw every time you chose to keep peace instead of nurturing resentment. I remembered every time you held back the words you wanted to speak in response and placed everything into my hands. I also heard every quiet prayer you whispered through the long nights, when tears silently fell and you still had the courage to say, I still trust in you. Those moments that no one saw became precious jewels kept before me. They were not meaningless, and they were not forgotten. And now, I am opening before you a new table of grace, where my kindness will be shown so clearly that even those who once looked down on you will recognize that no one can stop what I have appointed for the one who obeys and patiently walks in my ways. From this very moment, you need to understand that what is happening is not the result of coincidence or temporary luck. Nothing happens outside my sovereignty. Every step you take, every door that closes or opens, every encounter that seems accidental has been placed by me at the right time. While you saw only silence and thought everything was standing still, I was still working without ceasing. I have touched hearts you have not yet met. I have prepared people who will become a timely source of encouragement. I have turned circumstances that seemed unfavorable into the foundation for something better. I am continuing to write your story with strokes that no one on this earth can erase. Therefore, do not grow discouraged too quickly, simply because you have not yet seen the whole picture. What you call delay is often the time in which I am perfecting everything so that, when the gift comes to you, it will be more complete than anything you ever expected. So, my child, do not turn away from the gentle call I am placing in your heart today. Do not let weariness cause you to miss this important moment. Do not let the voices of doubt drown out the voice of faith that I planted in your heart long ago. Each time you choose to keep moving forward, even if it is only one small step in trust. Layers of blessing draw closer to you. What I am preparing is not only meant to change your outward circumstances, but also to renew you from deep within, making you stronger, wiser, and more peaceful before every change in life. You will realize that the days of waiting were not wasted, because it was in those very days that I shaped you into someone capable of carrying the great things I am about to entrust to you. I also want you to know that your name is not spoken only on earth. When I mention you before heaven, it is a confirmation that you are always loved and protected. My messengers are carrying out what I have appointed for your life. They are going ahead of you on roads you have not yet seen, protecting your home from invisible dangers, guarding the people you love, and opening paths for the provision you once prayed for through tears. There are things you cannot yet explain by reason. At times, you suddenly feel peace covering your heart in the middle of pressure-filled days. At times, your eyes unexpectedly fill with tears and you do not know why. At times, you sense a new hope quietly growing within you, even though your circumstances have not changed. Do not consider these things random. Know that I am drawing nearer to you than ever before, and my presence is silently healing the places that have carried much pain. Do not allow the memories of failure to make you think the future will be the same as the past. I am not limited by what you have been through. What others once said about you does not determine what I will do for you. The doors that once closed were not the end, many times. They were my way of keeping you from things that did not belong to the good plan I have for you. Continue to remain faithful. Continue to love. Continue to walk with humility and gratitude. I will cause every seed you have sown in patience to blossom into a harvest beyond your imagination. When that time comes, you will understand that every tear had meaning. Every prayer was heard, and every quiet day was leading you to the exact place I had prepared. If today you feel a new peace within your heart, a hope being stirred again, or a gentle prompting inviting you to continue trusting, then respond to that call with boldness, not because I need you to prove anything, but because every response made in faith will cause your heart to open wider to receive what I am giving. Walk with joy, because the time I have appointed for you is drawing very near. The good things I have prepared will not only be enough for today, they will also become a source of blessing through which you will bring encouragement to many others. I am still with you, still holding your hand, and I will continue to lead you until every good promise I have for you is fully revealed. The storm will never have the right to destroy you, because I myself have set limits around everything that tries to touch your life. No adversity is permitted to cross the boundary I have established. Before the schemes of darkness could come near, my light had already gone ahead to undo every trap laid on the path where you walk. There were times when you wondered why the door you longed for closed right before your eyes, why the thing you prayed for with all your heart did not come to pass. But my beloved child, that was not a sign that I had turned my face away from you. In those very moments, I was stretching out my arms to shield you from things you could not yet see. Every closed door was a wall of protection, and every season of waiting carried a wise purpose. What you once thought was rejection was actually my way of redirecting your steps toward a better path. What you call loss has never been the end. It is like a seed quietly buried in the ground. so that in the right season it may bloom and bear fruit far beyond anything you ever expected. Therefore, if your heart truly believes that every event is being turned by me for good, let that faith be expressed through the declaration 2222, not as a ritual, but as a confirmation that you are in agreement with the good plan I have already prepared. And now, I want you to open your heart to receive a truth you must not doubt. What I am saying is not a vague possibility, nor a distant promise reserved only for tomorrow. The good thing I have prepared for you is no longer ahead of you as something you must anxiously wait for. It has been completed according to my will. What I have decided cannot be reversed by anyone. What I have approved cannot be withdrawn by any power. Even though your eyes have not yet seen everything fully, even though your surroundings may still appear the same as before, in the realm beyond all human limitations, everything has already been established. Right now, invisible movements are quietly opening the way so that what belongs to you may gradually appear in your life. You may sense a very subtle change, like dawn slowly driving away the night, like a fresh wind entering a place that once felt suffocating. This is not coincidence. It is a sign that what I have appointed is beginning to be reflected in your reality. I have called you by name. I have placed your name upon these blessings, and no opposing force has the right to take away what I have given through my own love and authority. Therefore, do not allow old fears to keep ruling your heart. The tears you once cried because of the same pain will not continue forever. I did not create you to remain trapped in a cycle of disappointment, but to step into the renewal I prepared long ago. Days will come when you will enter places that once made you feel out of place. But this time, you will no longer carry the feeling of being forgotten or overlooked. I will cause your presence to carry peace, confidence, and dignity that come from me. You will also no longer waste your strength on battles that were never yours to fight. I am teaching you to discern what to keep, what to release, what to move toward, and what to leave behind. I am placing wisdom within your heart so that you may clearly see the direction ahead. Steadfastness so that you will no longer be shaken by voices that confuse you, and a peace so strong that circumstances cannot steal it away. The places once filled with chaos will gradually be set back into order. The places, once dry and barren, will be watered by a new source of hope. The places once filled with hidden wounds will be filled with comfort, healing, and joy that nothing in this world can replace. My beloved child, I have never stood behind you and left you to grope your way through the darkness alone. I have always gone ahead of every step you take. I am the one who makes a way when you think every path has closed. The walls that seemed impossible to overcome are being shaken by me little by little. The obstacles that once discouraged you are gradually being moved out of your journey. The dark places you were afraid to enter are being illuminated by my light so that you will no longer stumble. There are prayers you cried out through tears, and I heard them all. But there are also things you never knew how to pray for. Desires that had not yet become words. Needs you hid because you thought no one understood. And I have known them for a long time. My love does not only respond to what you speak, it also touches what you have not yet been able to express. For that reason, you do not need to live as though you must beg to be loved, nor exhaust yourself chasing after things that already belong to you according to my good will. When the right time comes, I will open doors that no one can shut. I will place before you opportunities beyond your imagination. I will cause encounters, arrangements, and turning points to happen at such precise moments that you yourself will have to bow your head and recognize that it was not human wisdom that brought them about, but my powerful and loving hand silently guiding all things. When you look back on the journey you have traveled, you will smile within your heart and understand that every waiting season had meaning. Every trial carried a precious lesson, and every step you took was protected by me so that today you could stand firm in peace, knowing with certainty that I am always with you, today, tomorrow, and through every road ahead. This message is the confirmation I have set apart for you, a sacred seal proving that I have never taken my eyes off your journey. Not even for a moment. Perhaps, right now, you still do not see everything changing in the way you expected, but believe that invisible movements began long before your eyes could recognize them. I am quietly arranging every detail of your life with my perfect wisdom. Every door that once remained closed will open one by one at the right time. And every knot that seemed impossible to untie will be loosened in a way you never imagined. You will notice the atmosphere around you becoming lighter, and the burdens that once pressed upon your heart will slowly dissolve like mist before the morning light. The things that once kept you awake through many nights will no longer have enough power to shake you. Because the peace I give does not depend on circumstances, it flows from my very presence covering your life. Then, as the days pass, you will be amazed to see answers appearing at the exact moments when you need them most. There are questions you have carried for a long road without finding a way out. But now, I will begin to shine light upon each step you take. What was once unclear will become clear, and what once confused you will be replaced with conviction. You will no longer have to chase every opportunity out of fear that you will miss out. Because the things I have appointed for you will find their way to you when the time is ripe. People who carry sincerity, kindness, and support will appear on your journey like gifts sent by me. They will not come by coincidence, nor will they be led by selfish gain, but because I myself have touched their hearts so that they may become a source of encouragement and blessing for you. When you see this happen, you will understand that it is not luck smiling upon you, but my powerful hand quietly completing what I promised. I want you to know that every movement taking place is part of the loving plan I prepared long ago. Not 1 second of your waiting is meaningless. Not one tear falls without my seeing it. Even in the times when you thought you were walking through silence, I was still working without rest. Heaven never forgets your name, nor does it ever forget the prayers lifted up from a sincere heart. When my command is given, even things that seemed impossible must make way for my will. The doors that are not right for you will close by themselves to make room for something better. The things that hinder you will lose their strength, while the things that belong to you will draw closer day by day. You do not need to use your own strength to force everything to happen according to your desire. Because when I act, no power can prevent what I have appointed. My beloved child, you have waited so long, and I know exactly how heavy those days and months have been. There were times when you wondered whether your prayers were being heard, There were nights when you tried to smile in front of everyone while silently carrying sadness in your heart. I know it all. I know the times you chose to keep trusting when every outward sign seemed to stand against you. I know you quietly sacrificed precious things. He continued moving forward, even when your feet were weary and your heart wanted to stop. I also know there were moments when you only wanted to cry out loudly. Yet you still chose gentleness, chose patience, and continued to hope. None of these things has been forgotten before me. Because I fully understand your journey, I also know the right time to respond. My reward does not come too early, causing you to miss the lesson you needed to learn. Nor does it come too late, causing you to lose hope. Everything I give is placed in the most perfect timing. What I have prepared for you is not only blessings that can be seen with the eyes, but also a deep, lasting joy that circumstances cannot take away. It is the joy that springs from trust, from the knowledge that I am always beside you, from the assurance that your future rests in my loving hands. No one can steal that joy, because it is not built upon human praise or the changes of the world, but is founded upon my eternal love for you. Therefore, do not allow painful memories to hold you back any longer. Lift up your head and keep walking with gratitude, because the new season I have for you has begun to open. Every step you take forward will be a testimony that I am always faithful to what I have appointed. Let your heart rest in my care, because from this day forward, you will no longer live only by waiting, day by day. You will witness good things appearing one after another. I will turn tears into smiles, turn days that seemed like loss into songs of hope, and turn the journey you once thought was too long into living proof of my unchanging love. Take heart, because what I have begun in your life, I myself will complete beautifully, far beyond anything you ever expected. You are not forgotten. You are not someone excluded from my plan. You were not born to live in disappointment or collapse in defeat. I have never abandoned you, never lost sight of you from my loving gaze. You are the one I called by name long ago, the one I have continued to protect through every stage of the journey, lifting you up in your weary days, healing the wounds no one else can see, and covering your life with grace from heaven. No matter how many negative voices try to plant thoughts in your mind that you are worthless and that every hope has closed, the truth remains unchanged. What I have appointed for you is no longer the promise of some distant day. The blessing I have for you has been established, has been released. And from this moment onward, I will lead you step by step into the fullness I have already prepared for your life. I have never missed a single moment of your journey. There were nights when you quietly knelt down, your hands still trembling because of the things that made your heart uneasy. Yet, you still looked up to seek me with every bit of faith you had left. In those very moments, I was much closer to you than you realized. I listened to every prayer that had not yet become words, and I understood every feeling you hid behind a calm smile. People may only see the strong appearance you carry on the outside, but I know the waves quietly rising within your heart. I know how hard you have tried not to lose hope, and I have never allowed those tears to fall without meaning. I also saw the times when you were misunderstood, looked down upon, and treated unfairly. Some people walked away from you when you needed them most, Some wounded you with their words. Some were quick to judge you without knowing the battle you were silently facing. Yet in the midst of all these things, you still did not allow bitterness to rule your heart. You still chose forgiveness instead of nurturing resentment. Still chose integrity instead of taking the easy path. These choices have been remembered by me. No good deed you have done has fallen into forgetfulness before me. What others did not value, I saw. What others considered small, I treasured like precious seeds, waiting for the day they would bear fruit. There were days when you yourself wondered whether all your perseverance had any meaning. You looked around and saw others seemingly moving faster, receiving more, while you still had to wait in the midst of prolonged trials. But my beloved child, I have never allowed your waiting to become useless. When I held you back, it was not because I had forgotten you, but because I was preparing something better than what you could imagine. There are doors that, if opened too soon, would wound you. There are gifts that, if given before you were ready, would become a burden. Therefore, I have been silently working behind what your eyes could not yet see, so that when the right time comes, everything will appear at the right moment and in the right way. I also acknowledge the times when you still opened your heart to share, even though you yourself were lacking. You lifted others up when you also needed comfort. You brought hope to others, even while your own heart still carried many worries. You sowed kindness without demanding anything in return. These deeds have not disappeared with time. Every seed of love you have sown is being cared for by me. At the appointed time, they will sprout into good things beyond your expectations. What I give you will not only be enough for today, but will also become a source of blessing so that you may continue bringing peace and hope to many others. Do not allow lies to make you doubt your own worth. Do not let temporary failures convince you that the future has closed. What the world calls an ending is often the very place where I begin writing an entirely new chapter. I do not measure your life by the times you have fallen, but by every time you still chose to rise again. I do not look at you through your shortcomings, but through the heart that longs to draw nearer to me each day. That is what makes you precious before me. And it is also why I will not allow the things I have promised you to fall into an uncertain void. Therefore, from today onward, walk with peace instead of worry. Lift your head instead of keeping it bowed in shame. Believe that my hand is still guiding you through every stage of the journey. Even though you have not yet seen the whole picture, my grace is covering you. My protection is still with you. What I have prepared is no longer only a distant hope, but is gradually becoming present in every step you take. I will open the right doors at the right time, bring the right people at the right moment, arrange suitable opportunities, and cause all things to work together for your good. Continue walking in faith, because I am with you, and no force can steal from your hands the good thing I have appointed.